Thank you for coming in today, Mr. Shaw. We are at the Peabody Public Library. It is February 19th. We are interviewing James R. Shaw, who was born on October 4th, 1934. Mr. Shaw served during the Korean War in the Navy. He was a Seaman Bosun mate. He's currently living at 804 Countryside Drive in Columbia City, Indiana. Sir, where were you living when you first entered the service?
Auburn, Indiana.
Up in Auburn, Indiana? Were you married then?
No, I wasn't.
How old were you?
A young kid. I was 17 years old.
17 years old. Did you know war was coming? Had you heard about it?
Yes, I heard it in school. And
you were in high school then?
Yes, I was a freshman.
Freshman in high school?
And my mother, there were 6 of us kids, and I was the oldest. And my father left way back in the early 40s. My youngest sister was born. And my mother had to take care of us, and it was getting too hard on her, holding down 2 jobs and send all us kids to school. So I thought, well, I'll go to the Navy.
Was there a war on when you actually joined?
Yeah.
Okay.
Korean War.
Korean War was actually going on when you actually joined. Okay.
So I quit school. Mom didn't want me to, but I did. I went to the Navy. I got my GED. I got it my 2nd year in the Navy. So, then after I got out of the Navy, I went to work at a rubber company. I worked up there till they closed up.
Was that in Auburn again?
In Auburn, yes, Auburn Rubber Company. And then I worked there, they closed up, and then I went to Leota, Indiana, the feed mill. The guy I went to school with, he ran the feed mill, and he got me a job over there. And then it come Berlin thing, and I went and joined the Air Force.
Oh.
I was in the Air National Guard at Fort Wayne, and they sent me overseas, and I was over in France. Then I got out of that, and that's about all.
When you first joined the Navy, where did they send you?
First I went to boot camp in San Diego.
In San Diego?
And
what was that like?
Oh, it rained every day.
Did it rain?
It rained every day I was there. And I had an aunt that lived up at Glendale, and she'd come down and see me on the weekend. And we only got I think we had 3 weekends off in boot camp.
How long did that take?
See, I think it's 3 months. I'm not sure. Pretty close in there.
Close to 3 months. Excuse me. Is that where you were giving training on what you were going to do in the Navy?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you wind up doing? What did they decide you would be?
Well, they had a bosun mate.
Bosun mate. Can you tell us what a bosun mate
Well,
does?
Just like he pictures here, all unloaded on this ship, USS Titania. We hauled ammunition, bombs, and stuff like that, and food. Or to, we'd get aboard the Sasebo, and we'd load up there and take it to Korea, and unload bombs and stuff in Korea.
And where did you start out?
We started out at San Diego.
San Diego.
Went over to Hawaii.
Okay, on the Titania.
Yeah.
Okay.
We was there for about, I think, the first time we was there for about 3 weeks. Then we went to Yokohama, at Japan. Then went from there to Sasebo.
Okay.
Then from Sasebo, we loaded them bombs and all the ammunition, took it to Korea up on 38th parallel.
The ship that you were on, was that what it was used for? Was built for? Was to carry ammunition?
Ammunition and supplies.
And ammunition and supplies. But how many people were on the ship?
Oh, about 300, I suppose, a little over.
Okay. And then did they make a lot of trips like that, or?
Well, Yeah, we made quite a few whole bombs and stuff over there, and then we'd come back to Avoya. We'd be there for a while to repair the ship and stuff. Then we'd go back to Sasebo and do it again.
Did the ship see any kind of combat, or was it ever fired upon?
No, it wasn't fired on. Almost one time. We got over the third day of peril one morning, and I was up on the forecastle. That's up on the front of the ship, at the bottom of the ship, and I was sitting on a bomb, and the captain, he was up there with me, because we had stopped, and we were supposed to wait on the Army till it got daylight, so the Army could come out and bring barges out there to unload us. The captain turned all the lights out, every light in the ship, even the run lights and everything. And here come one of our jets down over the ship. Man, he just gave that captain all kind of heck on the radio. He said, "You get them lights on her, you're going to blow it out of there." I was scared.
So it wasn't you weren't being fired on by the Koreans, it was the United States.
It was been our own.
Ah.
And then after it got daylight, here the Army
Did
brung
the
in.
captain ever say why he did that? Why he turned out all the lights?
Well, he didn't. See, we was up there where Koreans could have got us.
Ah.
And when it got daylight, right just about half a mile ahead of us, they had mines snowing across there. And after it got daylight, he got a couple of gunner's mates come up there with rifles and tried to shoot them out of the water. Well, he blowed up some of them, but after we got unloaded, we turned around and got out of there. We come back to Sasebo. And when we got back to Sasebo, we said, "Well, boys, we're going back to the States." So we come back to the United States, and we got at Oakland, California. And he got on the house figure. He said, "Well, all of you are going to be transferred to some other ship. This here is being decommissioned." They took it out of service. Because as far as I know, it was in the Second World War. It was an old ship. But that morning, it scared me. I thought I was going to.
Were you transferred to another ship then?
Yes, I went from there. I went to an AOG, which is called, it's a small tanker.
Okay.
We hauled aviation gas and regular gas and stuff to different ports.
Okay. Where did they to different ports in Asia, like Korea or?
Yeah, we went to Yokohama and then back to our home port was in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Did you ever actually go into Korea from the ship? Were you able to do that? Or did you stay on the ship?
Our 30th, well, I went in on an LCM one time.
Okay, what's
that's a landing craft.
Okay.
When we had some Army guys that we picked up in Sasebo that was supposed to go over there, and they rode over on the ship with us. I think there was 35 of them.
Okay.
And I was one of coxswain, one of them. Well, I don't think I got any of them on them pictures, but I was a coxswain on one of them, but drove it and landed on the beach and dropped that thing down in front of the. And they got off, and when they went, and we come back to the ship. That's the only time I.
You did. You went back to the ship. They
yeah,
did.
No.
Okay. Okay. So where'd this other ship go to? You said it went all over. What kind of ports did you go to?
Oh, then I was on a USS Cavalier. Now I didn't go anywhere out of San Francisco for there. But I was only on there about I think I was only on there 3 months.
Mm.
And I was the leading oldest seaman on that ship.
And how old were you at that time?
19.
And you were one of the older men on the ship?
Yeah. I'd been up for Bosun made 30 class 3 times and passed the test, but there was always somebody ahead of me. Too many ahead of me. I couldn't get it. Back in them days, it was hard to get read. So then from there, when I left there, I went to Anchorage, Alaska, and that was the best duty I had in the whole Navy.
Why is that?
I was on Elmendorf Air Force Base. There was only 6 of us sailors there. The rest of them was Army and Air Force. It was Alaskan Air Command. All I'd done was drove a staff car for a Navy captain. I'd take him to work in the morning, go back do anything I wanted to till noon. I had to be down to headquarters, pick him up, take him to dinner. Take him back to headquarters, go what I wanted to do, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, went over, picked him up, took him back home.
So you did while you were there?
That's all I done. That's all I had to do. And I played basketball and everything.
How long did that last?
Year.
A whole year?
Whole
you had
year.
to do that.
I left Levy up there for a whole year. And then,
What was it like living in Alaska, though?
oh, it was cold.
Was it cold?
It was cold, but it was a lot of fun. A lot more snow
You
than
still
ever.
weren't married at that point?
No, I never got married till after I got in the Navy.
After you got out of the Navy. When you were up there, was the Korean War in Alaska, was the Korean War still going on?
Yeah.
Was it? But what was your purpose of being in? I know there was a base up there, but
That was Alaska Air Command. That's where they had the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, everything in this headquarters building.
okay. You also said that when you got, and I don't know if you have any more to say about Alaska, but when you got back, you went to work for some different factories, and then you joined the Air Force again?
Mm-hmm.
What motivated you to do that?
I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know. That wasn't. Jobs was kind of hard to find, and
What year would have this have been?
let's see, 61. I think it was either 61 or 62.
61 or 62.
I'm not pretty sure.
Well, around there. It doesn't have to be an exact year.
I was in the air police down there.
Air Police where?
In Fort Wayne.
In Fort Wayne here.
Then
Okay.
they shipped me overseas down there, police over there.
Over, and where did they ship you to?
France, Cavalier, France.
Over to France. How long did you get to stay there?
Here.
A whole year there. What kind of things did you do there?
There wasn't much to do. We were out there in the middle of nowhere. I went to Luxembourg a couple of times. That's about the only place I ever went.
What were your duties there when you were in France?
I'm in the air police. I was a guard.
Okay. On the base then, right? Or did you go into the surrounding town or?
No, they were just little villages. All it was.
A little village?
That's all it was out there. A bunch of barracks and a landing field. That's all it was there.
Huh. And you were in the police?
Air police.
Yeah. Air police. Okay. You said you got to go up into Luxembourg?
Yeah, I was in Luxembourg. I went over there a couple times in the weekend.
How far away was that?
Boy, I couldn't tell you. No, ain't very far from there.
Not very far? No. How'd you get? Did you have a car, or did you take a bus or a train?
No, there was an old guy that run a taxi service out of the little village down there. And he had 3 or 4 cars, and he had drivers for him, and that's the way we got around.
Really? So you were chauffeured?
Yeah. Couldn't understand him, but we got where we wanted to go.
Did you get to eat the local food?
Yeah. I didn't care for it.
You didn't?
I don't know what the name of it was, but we ate it. They had a bowl about that big around, and they put crust in it, baked it, and they had chicken and potatoes and onions and carrots. And it wasn't bad, but...
Well, now on base you didn't have to eat that.
Oh, no.
What kind of stuff did you get to eat on base?
Oh, you had pretty good food. Air Force puts out pretty good food. Navy don't.
The Navy doesn't?
Not on ship it don't. Or didn't.
Well, there used to be a saying, I know my father was in the Navy, it was the Army gets... I can't remember what it was. The Army gets the...
I've heard it.
And the Navy gets the beans, something like that.
Yeah.
Army gets the gravy and the Navy gets the beans.
You know, this day I can't eat rice.
Really?
Mm-mm. I don't like chicken. I don't like turkey.
That wasn't a result of anything happening during the war, was it?
During Korean on that ship, on that USS Titania. And cooks on it, I don't know if they cooks or what they was. But I've seen meat with green. And we ate it.
On the ship?
And rice, you had rice every blasted day.
Huh.
And I can't stand it.
I don't know what that would be.
I do. It was just rotten. That's what it was.
Yeah, well, I would think on a USS ship that you
No.
get meat and potatoes.
Yeah, you got meat and potatoes, all right. You know how they're gonna be fixed. We had a lot of beans. They knew more ways to fix beans than anybody ever knew.
Tell us a little bit more about your time on the ship, if you could. You said you loaded the ammunition. You can get some of those pictures in there if you like.
This here, there's a barge down here, and the Japanese, they had Japanese people come out on them barges, and we throw these nets. Well, let's get the nets in. No. But they're big nets, and they put them on the. We put them in these nets. They had Japanese come aboard here and help us guys load them, and they'd swing them over on these barges or bring them back over on the
like
ship.
Cargo nets.
Yeah, cargo nets. Yeah.
Okay. And the Japanese would bring them onto shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these from Sasebo, the Japanese, they bring them out on them barges. You see the barge right there on the. Then there's a cargo net in there.
Did you? Other than that one time you were able to go into Korea when you drove that landing craft, did you get to? Were you on the ship the entire time? Did you ever get to go on land?
No, not over there.
You never went on land, not there.
Mm.
So I imagine your liberties were taken in Hawaii and
Sasebo.
And Sasebo. Okay.
And one time we got the 38 Power and we loaded a bunch of prisoners, all prisoners there.
Prisoners?
Yeah, we took them to Bosun.
Oh, I was wondering what that was. So instead of ammunition, you were carrying prisoners that day?
Yeah, we carried about everything. One time from Sasebo, back to Cusco, we brought Admiral's, all his furniture and stuff.
You're like a trucking company on the water.
That's just about what it was.
Fascinating. Any other interesting cargo?
No. When we'd have rations, we got these big cans of Spam. There's a big tin can. Boy, they weighed 5 pounds in them. We'd bring them aboard while we'd kind of snatch a couple of them, hide them. So when we got hungry, we'd go down to the bakery and get a loaf of bread or two and hide that. And up in the Bosun locker, we'd get these big 5-gallon cans of coffee, tin coffee. We'd get a couple of them, hide them in the Bosun locker, and we'd have coffee. That's the only thing, it was about the only thing you ever got.
Really?
And when the ship store opened up, if you wanted a candy bar, you better be the first one in line, because they was gone.
What other kind of, you had a store on ship then? What other, anything else?
Oh yeah, you had post office,
Post office?
postal laundry, and barber shop.
You had to do your own laundry?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And a barber shop? Okay. So after Alaska, then did you go you went to Alaska and then you came back and worked?
I come back to Long Beach, and that's where I got discharged.
In Long Beach. And then you came and worked at some factories, then you joined again and went over to France. Are you married yet?
Nope.
Not yet.
Well, yes, it was too. After I got my name in 55.
In 55?
I got married in 56.
In 56. And then you went over.
Yeah, I was married when I was in the Air Force.
Were you able to take your wife with you?
No.
No? No? She stayed back here?
Yeah.
For the full year? Okay. Was that your last part of the service then, when you came back from there? Were there any benefits for you when you got back? You know, like the World War II had the GI Bill. Were you entitled to?
I got $100 from the state of Indiana.
$100 from the state of Indiana. That's it.
Yeah, I think I got that. think I got that thing in here. I think I got it somewhere. Yeah, 3 bonus.
We will scan this. Interesting. Bonus fund of the state of Indiana. I wonder if all the states did that, I don't know. It's the first time I've seen this. I didn't know they were doing this.
Yeah, I got that right.
Make
I
sure
don't
we
know.
get pictures of these. These I think we talked about.
I don't know when, it wasn't very long after I got out that I got a letter through the mail to go up to the courthouse. You know, I don't know if it was in the Red Cross office or there was one of them offices you had to go to. And I filled out the paper and went along and had a $100 check. And $100 back then, was a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. How about any of the service organizations like the American Legion or the V.F.W? Have you ever joined any of those?
I belonged to the American Legion, the V.F.W. V.F.W. I belonged 52 years, and this last year I made 50 in the American Legion.
What kind of things do you do there? What kind of participation do you have?
Oh, I just belonged to the Legion. Well, years ago I was an officer when I was up to Auburn. I was commanded the color guard there for a long time, and I moved down here, and I was in the color guard down here for a while.
I noticed you're in the honor guard at the Korean War Veterans.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, John asked me, about 5, 6 years ago when we started, if I'd been interested, and I said, I can't walk too good, John, because I had that stroke and I got a limp. This arm ain't too good, so I said, I'll try it. So he said, okay. So I joined it. Excuse me. Joined it, and I've been in it ever since.
What kind of things do you do?
We do any kind of funeral, or military funeral. You know, if a fella, if he don't belong to the Legion or something, or even if he does, and if they don't want to do it, we do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had quite a few of them.
Okay.
In the V.F.W, I've been officer today. I was a district officer for a couple of years. That's about all.
Okay. We're about to end the interview unless there's something else you'd like to talk about.
Oh, I don't know where to be. I hope I done right.
You did a good job. You did a good job.
Well, you know, after 50-some years, you kind of forget some of this stuff.
I understand that. I understand. You did a very good job, though.
And, oh yeah, that there, so that's one was in Alaska. Now that was a good old buddy of mine. He lives in Auburn, Washington.
I'm sorry?
Auburn, Washington.
Washington State?
Yeah.
Was he from Washington?
Yeah, that was his home. That was stationed at Anchorage, Alaska.
In Anchorage, Alaska, and that's where you met him.
Yeah.
Did you keep in touch with him after?
I did for a couple of years, then he died.
Oh, he did. He passed away.
Yeah.
Were there other people that you had met there that you're still in touch with?
No.
Excuse me. Okay. Well, again, we'd like to thank you then for the interview. And thank you for your service.
Well, I'm glad I'm able to do it.